Finally, guys, we made it. One thing you can always count on. We're about 2 hours, $5 a drink. Good morning.
To the timing, we try the first.
What's up, guys? Welcome. One thing's for sure. All right, guys, we got cheeseburger. Beautiful, beautiful mopo. Good morning, guys. Got squirt. Oh, fun one. I thought that was pretty cool. Very cool Sleeperdude sticker. It's your repaint or tactical cell phone holder. Premier parking spot out. Hopefully everybody's all right, guys. Cool. After what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hey, look, I'm thinking the same thing. It has been a minute since we posted here. Haven't done anything since Mo Party, but those of you who've been keeping an eye on my community page, you already know why. Had some eye surgery stuff going on, but that's neither here nor there. But boy, do I have a good episode for you today. The girls have been getting the trailer ready, you know, taking care of the winch, making sure all our straps are in the box, you know, greasing the axles, make sure the tires are good to go, all that jazz, simply because I can't do any of that right now due to, you know, this mess. They were actually nice enough to go ahead and get my truck loaded up with our normal traveling tools, jack, tires, so on and so forth, because we are going on a trip, and we are going on a trip to Tennessee. That's right, we're going down to pick up a few cars. Now, I know some of you are asking, like, why are you buying new cars if you just sold all of your other ones? Well, because, you know, my other cars in here need company. Old Noisy Cricket, Monzilla, Hot Mess, and Shirley, you know, and in here all alone. And the other part of it is because I'm just a hoarder, right? I got to have cars around, something to tinker with. So to be completely honest with you, I've bought a total of 6 cars and maybe a 7th to bring into the shop for winter content. And I promise you, you guys are going to enjoy this episode. So like, buckle up, get you something to drink. As soon as the girls get back, they're going to help me load this trailer and we're off to Tennessee. All right, cool guys. We got the truck, the trailer all loaded up. Got Squirt in the car, and Kathy is over there getting some ice for our cooler because we don't stop and buy drinks for $5 a drink or $3 a drink, whatever it is now at the gas stations, whatever. So we pack a cooler wherever we go. Don't get run over. There you go. So we are Tennessee bound. Let's get after it. We're about 2 hours in, folks, and we got a nasty wreck up there. Hopefully everybody's all right. All right, cool, guys. 3 hours later, and we finally made it through all the accidents, construction, slow traffic, all that jazz. So we're down here in southern Kentucky. Don't even know exactly where I'm at, to be honest with you. But we stopped here to Pilot. We're going to go ahead and get our fuel, get our Mickey D's, get something to eat, get something in our stomach. One thing you can always count on, the girls shopping for something. Don't we already own 642 of these things? No.
Yours isn't long enough.
I'll find you.
Mine's only like this. I want yours.
I'll find one. See what you can find there. Man, they have everything in these places, guys. If you've been on the road, you know. Good night. They even have tactical cell phone holders. Gee whiz. Look at these things. My Lord. 40 bucks, I'd say so. One thing's for sure. This hobby would be a lot cheaper. Hummer down there. All right, guys, we got cheeseburgers all around, and they got the Monopoly game back here at Mickey D's.
I won food.
Kathy won food, and so did I. So score. Next time at McDonald's, we're going to eat for free. All right, guys, cool. After $120 and about 45 minutes in there, we're ready to get back on the road, so let's go. Finally, guys, we made it. It took us 7 hours to do a 4.5-hour trip. Our Holiday Inn Express was completely booked. We couldn't get in there, so we stopped here at the Baymont Inn. They gave us a premier parking spot out here, so our trailer doesn't get bothered, our truck doesn't get bothered. The girls are getting all our gear together. So we are actually in the town for our first stop tomorrow. So we'll see you guys first thing in the morning. Good morning, guys. Let's go down here and see if we can get some breakfast and get ready to roll out of here today. It's gonna be an exciting day for everybody. What you doing, bud? Waiting on the elevator? Good morning. Does it pass the certification? Yep. Good deal. Let's go get something to eat. All right, guys, we just finished up a good breakfast. We're gonna ride out here and see if the truck's still here, make sure all my stuff's in the back, and then we are gonna go ahead and pick up our first car for the day. You know, we'll just see what happens. Well, it looks like it's still there. See if everything's in the back. Check the truck all out. We're gonna get to rolling out of here. I better unlock it for the girls. They gotta put some stuff away. Well, our tools survived the night, which is awesome. You gotta love that. Make sure we don't have any tires down on the trailer. Look good here. Nice brisk morning here. I think it was 42 degrees when I come out this morning. I think it's gonna be 70, so it'll heat right up. Good deal. Let's get on the road. All right, guys, it's the next morning. We didn't film anything last night because we got back late. The girls were tired, and with, you know, this eye surgery stuff going on, you know, they had to do the majority of the work. So I want to say thank you to them. Now, those who've been watching the channel for a minute, you guys know I start my day down here in the shop, generally about 3:30 in the morning, every day when I'm home. So yes, we do have Grem back home. First, before we get started in the rest of this video, I want to take a minute to thank Josh, Tosh, Wah, Ralphie, and Squeezy for the hospitality, not only to me, but my family. I appreciate it. We didn't film a whole lot there at their home simply because it's their home and their shop, right? We were invited guests. I had no plan on filming there whatsoever because I just wanted to take in the experience, the cars, and the conversation. And again, thank you very much to you guys for the hospitality to not only me, but my family. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. We got Grem back home. This is going to be an absolute blast. I think he's going to fit in with the rest of our, you know, our cars here. You know, Noisy Cricket, you know, the VGG Monza, that which we now affectionately call Monzilla. And we got to get Homer in here. He's going to go right here somewhere. And then the other cars that are coming, right? We have cars coming from Maryland, which hopefully will be here today, maybe tomorrow. And then I've actually struck another deal with Josh down at Sleeperdude for one other car, maybe a second one. We're just kind of figuring that one out. So we got to get that in here. And I think that's going to be a cool upcoming rat rod project that I've been wanting to build for a few years. I just never found the right car. Well, I've got the engine here, and I think the car is going to fit. So we'll get started on that at a later episode. But anyway, let's get into Grem real quick. We'll do a walk around and go through the car. Unfortunately, I cannot start working on it today. I have another eye surgery a couple days from now, and I do not want to risk that. But once we get healed up from there, we're going to get started on the Grem, finish it up Noisy Cricket when his blower gets back, get Homer in here, get started back on him, and then Monzilla. I've got to show you guys the rest of that project. I haven't showed anybody yet. Oh, and I forgot to mention, not only we got to get our Burt Reynolds Trans Am project, which is hot mess. We got to get going on that, along with Squirt's car, Shirley. But anyway, enough of the yapping. You know, let's get back after it. Let's look over Grem real quick. I mean, to be honest, there's really no explanation needed. Those of you who watch the Josh Sleeperdude's channel, you know, forever, know exactly what this car is, how much work their family put into making it what it is. And again, it's back here. It's going to be part of our family from here on out. But again, we're just going to walk around it real quick. Josh and them gave us a mountain of parts for the car. We actually have the hood for the car, which we are going to utilize. We are going to get it cut and fit for the car. We've got the back glass, which is securely in this box. We'll get it mounted. And then the front bumper, we're going to get some proper mounts, which I believe I have over here in some of my Mopar stock, which I think are going to fit just fine there, where we can actually get it fully mounted. Of course, obviously the power plant, right? Beautiful, beautiful Mopar 360, my favorite engine of all time. I'm a huge 360 nerd. I punch them all out to 408, and that's what every car in here has. Homer has a blown 408. Noisy Cricket has a blown 408. Monzilla just has a regular 408 for right now. Not sure we're going to do about a blower for that. I will give you a sneak peek under the hat real quick. Grem is going to get a blower. I'm going to order it later on today or tomorrow. So we are going to add an 871 blower to this. And then obviously the rest of, Josh's setup. I actually have a new rear end ordered for this. I narrowed 8 3/4. I've got a bunch of panty anti stuff ordered. I actually have to order some shock tower boots or shock tower mounts, whatever you want to call them. I'm just going to order a new set. We'll go ahead and save this one off and back up, and I'm going to put 2 new ones on here. I actually found a couple sets on eBay on the way home, so I got to get those ordered. So here's the inside of Grem. Those of you that never got to see the inside of the car, maybe you couldn't make it to a show, what have you. But here's some more parts that Josh was gracious enough to send back with us. So once I'm able to, I'll get all this dug out. We'll go through it. What we're going to use, we'll use for the car. What we're not, we'll put in boxes with the rest of our parts for all of our other cars. And I think what we're going to do, and again, I'm not going to change a whole lot. Let me unlock this thing. Come on now. I'm not going to change a ton. We do have a hole down here, so I'm going to go ahead and cut and patch this pan, get that fixed. And then, none of my Burnout cars have the trim or anything else. Generally, I build a panel in here, put all our gauges, so on and so forth. So that's what I'm going to do with Grem. I'm going to take out all this, unused trim and plastic and all the stuff we're not using. Get rid of it. We'll put it in boxes with the rest here. Probably going to come in here and build a dash panel for right in here, and maybe move the gauges, all the switches and stuff up in here toward they're out of the way, because as you guys know, I'm big boned, right? And I'm worried I'm going to hit this out there moving around. Probably going to clean up, wire wheel, and paint the entire interior of this car. We are going to save the back seat. We just thought that was absolutely cool. My wife and Squirt both love it. So we'll clean that up and leave the back seat in here. But yeah, that's just kind of an overview of the inside of the car if you haven't had a chance to see it in person. Very cool. And then, of course, all the stickers, so on and so forth, wheels, tires. Pretty cool, blast box Josh built back here just for safety. Got the fuel cell underneath here, the battery underneath here. I actually thought that was pretty cool. Generally, with our cars, I build a burst box back here, a blast box panel, to keep anything from getting in the driver's compartment. That's pretty neat. Again, so we'll get the back glass put on here, get this all cleaned up. Here's just this side here. Burnout cars get this. This is just from the tires, just whipping around, smacking paint. So that's fine. Josh gave me the color code and where he got this paint. So we are going to work this back down, fix some of this metal back here, repaint this back up on both sides, no problem. Very cool Sleeperdude sticker. I actually didn't get none of them when I was down there like an idiot. We got all the way home. I was like, why didn't I get a couple stickers? Dang it. It's all right. We're going to be back down there here before long. We'll get some then. All right, now to answer one question, and I got this question a lot yesterday on the way home, because I had put out a sneak peek on the car, a little short, dedicated to Grem and Josh. I thought it was pretty neat, a little short. But I got a lot of emails and stuff from our normal everyday subscribers. And by the way, thank you for everybody that's joining in on the channel. I appreciate you. Welcome. They want to know if I'm going to repaint or change Grem. And it was a great question, right? And I actually thought about it, right? Because, we kind of have our own theme going on here, right? You've seen Homer, you've seen Noisy Cricket, you've seen Linda, our other Burnout car, and then obviously Monzilla. So to answer the question for a lot of you that are asking that, or a lot of you that are going to watch this back and ask, the answer is going to be no. We're not going to change Grem whatsoever. Visually, right? I think the color fits in well with what we do here. I love the Grem, Cars theme. I think it's awesome. I mean, who didn't watch Cars 1 or 2, or I don't even know how many there are anymore. But I think it's awesome. Now, at some point, obviously, you guys know I get kind of ignorant with my cars. I get out and do burnouts and race and do stupid stuff, go to the roads in Mexico and, do things. So I'm going to pull Josh's sticker off here, just in case I get into something too ignorant, and ultimately at the end of the day, it's going to have a Busted Radio Garage sticker there, right? At the end of the day, It is what it is. Other than that, no, we're just going to beef this up quite a bit. We're going to clean up what's already there, kind of take it to the finish line for what I would like to do. And we're just going to have fun with it. And this is going to happen like really, really quick, right? Just as soon as I can get these eyes straightened out and my last surgery done and get healed from that, to where the doctors say, yeah, you can go play with your cars, go have fun, then we're going to get after it. And while I'm down, I'm going to go ahead and get parts on the way. Now, I had a couple other questions. Is this going to be a dedicated burnout car like my other cars, or are we going to drag race it? Now, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I'm kind of on the fence. I have burnout cars coming out of my ears. I've got 3 dedicated burnout cars. I'm not necessarily sure I want to make this a dedicated burnout car. I think I would like to make this a bracket car. I think it would be fun just to take and play around the track, have fun, just let it live its life, 1/8 or 1/4 mile at a time. And I think it'd be pretty cool to get it done. And maybe if Josh is down and racing down in his area or up near this way or at events, we can take it, maybe race this versus the Pinto or some of his other cars and just have fun. But this car is just mainly to have fun with. I think it's awesome, but I'm leaning towards just keeping it a drag car. Ultimately, once the blower's on there and all that, you know, obviously going to have to cage the car, right? Which is fine. I've got somebody who can do that. You know, I had the cage refined and built in Noisy Cricket along with Homer. Monzilla already has a cage. It needs updated and needs some repairs, but that's fine. And it's definitely going to need it when that car's done. But, so the plans for this ultimately is leave the engine alone for right now, because I'm sure at some point we're going to damage it. We're going to put an 871 blower. We're going to get everything else straightened up, and we're going to leave this current setup that it has here. Now, I will tell you this. I think we're going to remove the methanol carbs, and we're going to go to Holley blow-through carbs and run it on 110. And then I'm going to get with our partners over here, our friends at Cope Racing Transmissions, get a 720 built 727 with a line lock and trans brake, so we can take this to the strip. And then obviously the new 8 3/4 for the rear end, get it all beefed up so we don't destroy that. I think it's got a 4 to 8 inch in it with 300 gears. I'm not sure. But anyway, guys, look, that's enough talking, enough yapping. I just wanted to come in and make right with everybody, let everybody know what's going on. Again, thank Josh and his family for the hospitality. And I promise you guys, because I know this car is super loved over on his channel. I really do. I know they love it, and I get it, and I understand. I just want you to understand that I'm not going to destroy this car. I do my very best not to destroy any of my cars. Accidents happen, but we're going to treat the car with the respect it deserves, and you're going to see a lot of content coming up on it here this winter, along with all these other cars, right? Because you guys know I'm down here 16, 18 hours a day when I'm home, and you know, we're going to have a little bit of fun. But those of you who've been asking about Shirley, we haven't forgotten about Shirley. I know a lot of you have been in the comments like, hey, where's the Shirley content? Believe me, it's coming. I've got parts here for the car, but as you guys know, we had a mad thrash on Noisy Cricket at the end of the season right before this stuff all fell apart. So, yeah, it's going to be a busy winter. Again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, feel free to do so. We got a lot of stuff coming up. I think it's going to be fun. But anyway, all of you that have come over here from Josh's channel, Sleeperdude, you know, thank you very much. And those of you just want to kind of hang back in the shadows to see what happens, that's cool. But I do promise you that Grem isn't going anywhere, and we're not changing a whole lot about the car. We are going to update it just to tickle, but other than that, that's going to be it. So again, I appreciate you watching. You guys know the deal. We'll catch you next time. BRG out.